Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Technical Analysis, the Unbiased View. This is Ankur here, and in today's quick video, we're going to have a analysis on State Bank of India's SBI cash chart. It's not a futures chart. I'm going to represent some 6 or 7 slides to you, and we'll have a day chart analysis, multiple time frame analysis, and we're also going to add some tools, which is like your cloud indicator, some moving averages, and also the option chain interpretation. So coming to the first slide, uh, SBI closed on Friday at 491.25, correct? And after making the high of somewhere around close to 500 odd, SBI formed a double top pattern over here, correct? Previously, this was the same top, the nearest, and as you can see, there is no other bar in between them. And after yesterday's, which is like Friday's high, SBI made a double top. Now, with the formation of a double top at the same time, you can see SBA has been respecting this particular trend line, right? Which was forming like higher lows and higher highs. Once the same trend line helped SBI to form this particular top, ever since this top has been made, the SBI is in a downtrend channel. Now, this downtrend channel, which we can say, let's say A, and this double top pattern, which is like B, for example. So this made a perfect intersection on Friday, correct? When we go deeper into the 5 minute or option chain and 45-minute time frame analysis, we'll figure it out that how strong this resistance is, which is your 500 odd. So between this downtrend channel and this particular double top pattern, this is the double top pattern. It created an intersection between them. Also, the nearest support for Monday or maybe this week, entire week, 486, right, to 484, or maybe say 482, right? These are the areas where SBI is having a immediate support, right? So we can say that 500 and 482, right? This is the range in which SBI is going to move sideways. Now, how I can say on the very first slide that it is the probability is there, 70% probability is there that it will move in the same range. That we can also verify when we go to the option chain data in the last slide, correct? Uh, SBI did break this entire trend line, which is a very amazing trend line, which we had a one, two, three, four, five, correct? We had a five supports over here. It did break this one particular trend line, which was helping it form higher lows. But the moment it broke, it went into consolidation to form a symmetrical triangle pattern, and again it gave a very successful breakout from this area. Correct. So right now, after forming the high of 500 odd, between these two range, you can say that they have formed a double top pattern. Coming to the second slide immediately, if I remove all these noises, which is a trend line and the chart pattern, SBI is also happening to form a diamond pattern. Now, what is the significance of diamond pattern? The significance of diamond pattern is whenever there is a breakout or the breakdown, either sides, it is also a bilateral pattern, like symmetrical triangle pattern. So whenever there is a breakout or a breakdown when from the diamond pattern, it's a very high momentum pattern. If I just quickly take you to one of my tweets earlier, I think last month I made a tweet. One second, yeah. So I did tweet on 11/12/2021 on Asian Paints, correct? And Asian Paint also uh, that time also formed a very similar pattern what we can see in SBI right now. And I have clearly mentioned in Asian Paint that time that buy above 3308 in a running market on a closing basis, it's like a breakout, and keep 3 to 6 as a stop loss and sell only when it crosses 3173 on the downside. If I take you to the Asian Paints chart right now, let me just close all this. Yeah, you can see we have got 8.32% gains ever since it broke 3308. Correct, it did attempt over here, So it again went into consolidation. Again, it formed a symmetrical triangle pattern, correct? But it never crossed 3173. And on the second attempt with the long range of this particular candle breakout, from this particular level 3308, it gave us 8.32. So the you can see this is just an example to show you that how the great the momentum is when it breaks out from the diamond pattern, right? So similar kind of a pattern also formed in SBI right now, correct? In the first slide, we analyzed the trend lines and the downtrend channel and the support and the resistance. In this slide, we are just analyzing that if you delete all those, there is a diamond pattern. Now, if you see that it did try to break the diamond pattern, but it eventually settled within it. And if I just create the same double top button and this kind of intersection line of the downtrend channel, you can see that when it is going to break that 500, it will be a dual breakout. Dual breakout means it will be a breakout of a downtrend channel as well as it will be a breakout of a diamond pattern. If you just remember my ICICI video which I posted last week, when I said to buy about 746, again in that video, if you can go and check, I said that there is a dual breakout pattern. At that point in time in ICICI also, if I just show you 1 second, let me uh, here. So you can see that there's a dual breakout pattern. This was a symmetrical triangle pattern, and there was a ascending channel pattern, right? So whenever there is a breakout from the dual chart pattern, it is always a high momentum pattern, correct? And I think ICICI Bank after that made a high of 802, correct? So from 746 to 802. So similar pattern which is formed in SBI, and again it will be a dual breakout pattern of a downtrend channel as well as the current diamond pattern. So 500 is a very make or break situation. Is a tough resistance, but definitely whenever the chart breaks the tough resistance, it will be a very huge momentum. Now, keeping the cloud on the same day's chart, continuing the same day's chart, and after removing all the drawings from the chart, you can see that there is a flat Kumo, right? So Kumo is nothing; it's a cloud. When you say in English, when the indicator went to America, they started calling it cloud, but eventually this is a Japanese indicator. It comes from the Japan, so they say it Kumo in their language. So, but the Kumo, the cloud is more or less the same thing. So whenever this cloud or the Kumo becomes flat, it shows a significant resistance and support. Correct. If you now notice it over here very carefully, or you can see on your system also, you can place the same indicator. The price has settled above this flat Kumo, which is saying that it is settled above the resistance. Somehow it is still holding and respecting the resistance, and the closing is above it. Now, there is another way to see it on a overall sentiment wise on a cloud, that why it is, how can you say that it is still respecting this flat Kumo? Because there is a positive crossover between the conversion line and the baseline, correct? Which are the part of the same cloud indicator. However, with respect to the characteristic of the Kumo, we say that when there is a crossover, bullish crossover below the cloud, it's like a weak bullish crossover. When it is happening within the cloud, it is like a neutral bullish crossover, and what is happening above the cloud, it is like a strong bullish crossover. However, having a close above the flat Kumo and a bullish crossover between the conversion line and the baseline says that there is still some potential that it might break out or it might go with a positive sideways bias, right? Coming to the next slide, I have just used two indicator, which is like a moving average, 20 and 200, 60 and 20. So again, if you see over here, there is a emerging bullish cross positive crossover between the 20 and 60. And if you see over here in the cloud also, we have a conversion line and a baseline bullish crossover. So both the tools are showing us that there is a bullishness which is coming to the stock, correct? Even though it is having a resistance at 500, but within that sideways moving, there is a emerging crossover happening on the cloud also, as well as at the moving averages part also, right? Now, coming to the 5 minutes chart, because whatever action is going to happen on Monday, it will first happen in the 5 minutes chart. So if you see the 5 minute chart, 5 minute chart has formed a bearish flag pattern. Now the flag of this bearish flag and pole pattern, the flag of this particular bearish flag is it's a ascending channel. Correct, means the highs are same, but are higher lows. So if it breaks out towards the upside, immediately on 5 minute chart there is a 494 triple top, there is a triple top resistance over here. And if it breaks down this flag, there is a immediate 486 double bottom kind of a support available. Correct. So for 5 minute chart, if it breaks 594, we have to wait for 500 kind of a resistance, whether it crosses the 500 or not. But immediately, since it closed at 491 for Monday, if it moves above 494, you can have a quick scalping, correct, with the stop loss of this area of the flag, and you can have a quick scalping of 3, 4, 5 points, correct. And eventually, if it comes down and touches and again retraces after retracement, taking a pullback from 486, again you can do a quick scalping for the intraday. In all probabilities, if at any given cost, if it closes below this area 482, I don't think so. One should remain long in the stock and they should exit, and probably they can do the STBT. Right now, coming to the another slide, which is important slide, which is a 45-minute time frame analysis. You can see that in 45 minutes time frame analysis, 500 has been a very, very strong resistance for SBI ever since 24/11 2021. First, it took resistance over here, then it went and it made, I think it went into area of around 450 to 460. Then again on 13/12 2021, again it had a resistance from the same area and again it went this area. And again on Friday session, we saw that it could not cross the same area and came back. On the other hand, again on the 45-minute chart time frame analysis, you can see that there is a good support available at 482 to 484. Right? That's the reason I was telling that if it closes below this area, there is no point remaining long in this. However, if it crosses and closes above 500, as I said in ICICI video, if it closes and remains closed above 500, it is a very good chance of doing a BTST swing trade in that. Now, if you remember in the first chart, since I said that there are possibilities of SBI remain in a close tight range for this week, which is 500 to 482. And the reason for that is, as you can see, that around near at the money, there are call shots and there are put shots, correct? So when there are call shots and put shots, that means it's going to be range bound market. However, if you see out of the money, far out of the money, there are call longs, correct. And again you can see at 500 strike price, the highest open interest with the highest call writing is in this range only, which is 6248, and as well as 1413 contracts which are this one, the change in open interest, right. So call writing and the highest open interest at 500, so 500 eventually becomes a very strong resistance even with respect to the option chain data, right. Eventually, if it crosses 500 and sustains above 500, you will see that there will be some kind of unwinding over here, and the open interest will be the high open interest will be changed towards the upper areas, which might be 520, 540, 530. As of now, if you see with respect to the open interest as well as with respect to the uh, call writing, you can see that 520 is the second important zone, correct. So in any given case, during this week, you see any strong unwinding happening at 500, and eventually the higher number of open interest are shifting towards the upper range, which is like 520, 530, 540, whatever. So that would be an indication that 500 is a strong base. And as of now, if you see at the put shots also, you can say that the 470, 480, 490 are the strong areas over here, right. So 490, then you have a high open interest as well as a very high put change in put writing also, right. So since both around at the money, all the calls are short and all the puts are short, so which says that when we analyze the chart, that 500 to 584 could be the possibility that SBI might move in the same range, right. If I just take you to this slide, so it might happen that it may just move it like this for some time for this particular week. So if it remains in the range, you can do a good straddle, correct? Or you can see that whenever it is touching 500 with a very small stop loss, you can short when you see that there is some reversal price action. If you see, correct, when you see a quick reversal price action in 5 or 15-minute chart, you can again do a short scalping. However, if it is closing below 482, then there is a certain possibility that it may go deeper, so there is no point doing a long over there. And if it is closing above 500, there is no point doing short over there you can do the BTST. So, guys, this was a quick analysis on State Bank of India, and this particular analysis will also work on Monday as well as the entire week, right? Entire week with respect to if it is going above or below 482, then you can trail your long and shorts, and if it remains in the same range, then you can do the intraday on a daily basis with respect to the same areas. So, thank you, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.